Faith's Girlfriend series, and my new subscribers. Oh, karibuni sana! So glad to have you on board. This is the channel where we talk to the women, both married and single. Occasionally, we talk to our men, the husbands, and we basically what we do in this channel is to encourage women to have happier homes, happier marriages, to raise their children right, to love themselves so that they can be able to love their husbands and to love their children. And we talk about friendship, not only about marriage. So if you're here today, you're on the right channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've missed you guys. I'm so sorry I've not posted for a while, but I'm back now. I will try. I will try my best to be consistent. Um, so today I wanted to ask you a question. Who is your Peninah? And I know someone is telling me, is thinking, Peninah? I don't know a Peninah. We all have a Peninah in our lives. Um, if you've been going to church, you've heard the story of Hannah. Hannah was a barren woman who she was married to someone called Elkanah, and they had never been able to have any children. Elkanah had another wife called Peninah, and Peninah was what we call a thorn in the flesh, like she was tormenting Hannah, because Hannah had Peninah had children, Hannah didn't, and I think Peninah was just she used to take advantage of that fact to make fun of Hannah, and that's what I want us to talk about. From the book of First Samuel, chapter 1, verse. I'll start from verse 3. Or rather, let me start from verse 2. Elkanah had two wives, Hannah and Peninah. Peninah had children while Hannah did not. Each year, Elkanah and his family would travel to Shiloh to worship and sacrifice to the Lord Almighty at the tabernacle. The priests of the Lord at that time were the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas. On the day Elkanah presented his sacrifice, he would give portions of the sacrifice to Peninah and each of her children, but he gave Hannah a special portion because he loved her very much, even though the Lord had given her no children. But Peninah made fun of Hannah because the Lord had closed her womb. Year after year it was the same. Peninah would taunt Hannah as they went to the tabernacle, and Hannah would finally be reduced to tears and would not even eat. Then finally, verse 9. Once when they were at Shiloh, Hannah went over to the tabernacle after supper to pray to the Lord. Eli the priest was sitting at his customary place beside the tabernacle, and Hannah was in deep anguish, crying bitterly as she prayed to the Lord, and she made this vow: O Lord Almighty, if you look down upon my sorrow and answer my prayer and give me a son, I will give him back to you, and he will be yours for his entire lifetime. Amen. So that's our reading. So you've heard, every year Peninah would make fun of Hannah. So I am back to my question: who is your Peninah? There was a reason. We all need a Peninah in our lives. Peninah would traumatize Hannah just because she didn't have children. She would taunt her and make fun of her, maybe say, look at you, you're good for nothing, you can't even bear children. And especially in the olden times, if you don't have a child, clearly you are considered, you have failed. At least these days we adopt puppies and cats, we are cat people, and we are happy. Those days you couldn't have a cat and be enough. There was always someone who would make you feel that you're not enough. So my question is, who's your Peninah? We can easily say, oh, Peninah was being mean, she was being she shouldn't have done that. But look at this scenario. For those of you who maybe have never read this, after she prayed, we read up to verse 11. She prayed and told God, if you bless me with a child, I'll give him back to you. And what did God do? God blessed her with a child. But what led her to make this prayer? It was Peninah's constant humiliation, Peninah's constant mm, make you know the her constant making fun of Hannah, humiliating her in front of her own children, in front of her own husband. That's what made Hannah so miserable that she went to pray and ask God for a child. If Peninah had been nice with her children, like, oh, Hannah, you can just take John and live with him, at least he can be helping you in the house, or you can take little Joy to be helping you, Hannah would have been content. There would be no one making her miserable because her husband loved her and he didn't care whether she had children or not. So Hannah needed someone to push her into her purpose. She needed someone to push her into her purpose. And the only way she'd be pushed into that purpose was by causing discomfort. Eh? The tears she cried pushed her to giving birth to the first prophet in the Old Testament, in the Bible, literally. He was a prophet, one of the greatest prophets. And after Samuel, she had other children. So can you imagine if Peninah had been nice to her? Because I know there are some of you who there's that one person who's always constantly making you miserable. What if they're there to push you to your destiny? What if that co-worker in the office who's constantly a cause of irritation, they literally make you hate going to work? What if they're there to push you to resign and start your own business? Because God knows if this person doesn't stress you enough, you will never leave. You'll work there till you're 60. And maybe you were created to start this, who knows, this company that does something amazing that no one else has done. Huh? We all need Peninahs in our lives. So my question to you today is, who's your Peninah? Who is your Peninah? And instead of looking at them and praying that God will strike them with a bolt of lightning, so they can so that they can die and move out of your way because you feel like, they have stressed me enough. They have not done their job until they've pushed you to your destiny. So who's your Peninah? Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Have a lovely evening. Bye.